Coming to the green flag here for round number 19 of the 2023 FBRL Hardee's National Series season. 4 races to go, and it all begins here at California. Cody Goforth on pole position, the points leader. Corey Williams on the outside. We are underway here at Auto Club as Matthew Rodriguez with a great jump from fifth, excuse me, all the way up to third. Now looking for the lead from Goforth. What a start for Matthew Rodriguez. He timed the start perfectly. Got past the row in front of him and almost took the lead, but just could not get past Goforth as Goforth powers down the straightaway here. As he will lead the first lap here. We're already 4 wide. As everyone slides up it through turn 3 and 4. There's the other 4 wide behind. Schwalmberg, Turner. A couple of Sony Cup Series drivers here battling really hard here in the mid-pack. Man, look at Breeding all the way up against the wall, trying to just get some room here as everyone is stuck together here, trying to get track position here and get to their race underway. But they're racing hard here. Here comes Vargas on the bottom for second place against Matthew Rodriguez. Vargas had a really good start too. He's now trying to get his way up into second. Here comes Dom Capps in the 6th falling in behind. Vargas with Capps drafting him down the straightaway. Corey drafting the 17 down the straightaway. But it's Vargas who takes over second. And Capps who looks for third. Corey Williams now sticking his nose in here, now trying to look for third back after losing a couple of spots on the start. Still running 4 wide here is Logan Cloud and Dewey Schramm the third. They're racing hard 3 to 4 wide. Daniel Voiles in the 11 goes through. Just look at this field in the behind. Everyone's trying to. This track is so wide and there's so many places to go, and everyone's racing like it's 3 to go at the moment. Even here in lap number 3, as we're 4 wide here. Bobo Jones comes down to pick up the 63 as Rodriguez pushes Bobo down the straightaway. Everyone trying to work themselves out into a position here. It's just non-stop action here, and it's all the way from the front to the back, so just gotta do what you can here to get the positions you can, and hope you're towards the front at the start of the pit cycle. Rodriguez, after such a good start, he is getting put in his place, I guess, if you're a Hardee's National Series regular, because he is getting all the way shuffled backwards here. He's fallen all the way down to 7th, now to 8th as Hernandez goes by. Now Kev Shear trying to take advantage. Down for second here. Capps now making a move on Christian Vargas. Capps trying to go around the outside here. This track is got multiple lanes that you can make work. The bottom is typically more preferred, but you can make the middle top work if you have a good enough car. Capps now, though, he is getting shuffled to the outside as everyone on the bottom is drafting together. So he is struggling a little bit here after not being able to get past Christian Vargas. Tyler Commons in the 44 is off the pace. We're being told it might be a power steering issue as Commons is reporting no problems in straightaways, but the car is deadly slow in the corners and he is losing a ton of time. And he's struggling just getting this car around the racetrack. They're basically wrangling the damn thing. So Commons is in trouble, and he may need a caution to try and get this problem fixed. Tough break for Commons, too. That's such a great run at Daytona Road Course a few weeks ago. Right now, that follow-up is not looking very likely. Brandon Beal in the 91, he is struggling. This has been a really bad weekend for Spartan Motorsports. Brandon Beal back in 40th, and then you have Lassard in 38th, and then Dylan Young, one of the highest Spartan cars, he's in 34th. The only Spartan car in the top 30 right now, or was in the top 30, is Ricky Freeman Jr. So Spartan Motorsports, they must have really missed on the setup this weekend because they are playing catch-up, and so far their cars do not look very good. Caps and Nelson battle for third. Here is Hernandez and Richard Johnson. Ooh, they got together, and Hernandez kept the car straight, but that was sudden. And Hernandez, he is, I think he's taking a second to compose himself because that was very scary for the split second we saw. And Hernandez, he's backing it off on the straightaway. That was a bit nerve-wracking for his taste. Caps Nelson continue to battle here for third. Vargas has now caught the 92 of Goforth. So see if Vargas can make a move on the 92. But this battle for third continues on. Caps trying to wrap around the outside to pass Ellison. Ooh, Caps, he gets a little bit loose off of turn 4. That's going to allow Ellison to get a run. Richard Johnson trying to take advantage here. Ellison does not have any drafting help, or at least significant drafting help. So look and see what happened to Luis Hernandez and Richard Johnson. Ooh, Johnson just gave the 00, excuse me, a very bad bump on the straightaway, and Hernandez kept the car straight. But that was quite terrifying if you're Luis Hernandez. Trouble! The point sitter, Corey Williams, is in trouble! Here on lap number 11! The 14's got a tire down! Corey pulls over to the left under the apron, and he's coming to pit road early! Corey Williams had fallen to 9th, and this may have been why, as the 14's tire was going down. He's coming to pit road, and it's going to put him off cycle here. And the championship leader, who has not had to deal with too much bad luck, all of a sudden something has finally hit the 14. And that's going to put him behind. That's going to have to force him to go off cycle here. And if you're Christian Vargas, you're probably thinking, opportunity is a knock-in here. You have to mention they've told Vargas the 14's had a problem. And Vargas, he's going to want that lead. He's going to want that lead now, if he can possibly get it here. Goforth has so far led every lap today. But Vargas with a run here. Vargas peeks down underneath there. Gets to the quarter panel of the 92. Doesn't quite get there. Goforth powers through 3 and 4. That 92 is really strong this weekend. There's Corey back on the racetrack. New, fresh set of 4 tires on the 14, but he is now a lap down. And he's going to have some work to do, and he is going to need some help. Battle for 10th right here, as Ryan Reed has cracked the top 10. This 24 team, they're having a pretty solid race to begin the day, and this is one of the better runs we've seen from them in a while. I can't remember the last time we've seen Ryan Reed run top 10 on pace for this Texas Motorsports team. And he's holding off some really good drivers right now. Jeff James, Nick Breeding outside the top 10. And how about this? Ryan Griffin, the 3, making a part-time start for Nova Sport. And he's got this 3 car running all the way up in 13th. Nova Sport has not finished better than 24th this year. And right now they are looking to surpass it if Griffin can keep up the pace. He's doing a really good job here. And he's got this 3 car contending with a lot of really good cars. So this will be interesting to see how this develops throughout the day. The battle for third has been very consistent, although the players who have been involved in the battle have changed. Third place has been where the action has been, towards the front. And Dom Capps now making it 3 wide on Richard Johnson, as Johnson slides up in front of the 00 of Hernandez. Luis Hernandez, this is his home race this year, the California native, and he's doing a really great job here driving the Curtis Racing 00 car. All the way up in 4th place here, looking for a top 5. We have not seen Hernandez race up as high as he has before, as he has so far done today. So we'll see if Hernandez here can take advantage of a really good opportunity here. We're not quite sure of the future of this driver for next year. But he's putting on a good show for any team that could be looking for a driver. Or perhaps Curtis Racing has plans for him. Who knows, to be honest. But this battle continues on as Gatlin Downey now gets involved here in the battle. Chase Marks as well in the 90. This is a really great run for Chase Marks. Marks, who, this 90 team, they've been slowly kind of falling down the honors points order, but this is definitely the type of run they could use. Chase Marks is still getting used to his return to the Hardee's National Series, and so far, today is a good sign of progress for him. Another battle here, as everyone's sliding all over the place. Logan Cloud comes up to the 63. It's Rodriguez and AJ Jones get together, and Beal gets hooked into the outside wall. That was a hard hit for Beal, and that's going to put the caution out, and the 91 is destroyed. Nasty hit for Brandon Beal. Goforth takes the caution flag, and he has to lead a 2.3 second advantage over the 51. And that's going to be heavy damage for AJ Jones as well. First caution of the day has come out here for this wreck, and let's get a look and see what happens here. Rodriguez and Jones get together into Logan Cloud, and Brandon Beal, just a victim, as a chain incident in the corner sends the 91 hard into the outside wall. And Brandon Beal, who had completed every lap this season up until the Daytona Road Course, he has now suffered a second straight DNF. race off at pit road here. Cody Goforth will keep the lead in the number 92. Vargas comes out second. And Jeff James in the 4. He's going to lose several spots on pit road. A slow stop for the 4 team. So Jeff James and the Curtis Racing crew, not a good stop for them. So they're going to lose several positions here, which will knock them a bit further down the pack. So the lucky dog will be Corey Williams in the 14. Corey Williams was the only car a lap down, as when the caution came out, Tyler Commons was 2 laps down, as they were fixing the power steering problem. So Corey Williams, after an unlucky tire failure, he has caught a break yet again, and he's going to get back into this race on the lead lap. He's going to have his work cut out for him. But the 4 team has now found maybe a bit more hope. Commons will also go around. Commons is not the lucky dog, but he did stay out, so he is the wave round car, which will put him back to 1 lap down. So Commons, he's going to need a quick caution here to get a lucky dog and get back in this race, as I believe they have fixed the problem, so we'll see what happens here. Eric Rodriguez from the onboard looked like the 81 might have come down across the 63, but you have to remember Eric Rodriguez is on. He was penalized for what happened at Chicagoland, so there is a bit of a spotlight on the 63 team. So we'll see how the officials react to that incident with the 63, the 81, the 91, and the 57. Back for the restart, Cody Goforth launches ahead, as he has led essentially every lap so far today in this number 92. It has been a career day for Single Z Racing's driver. Battle for second here is Ellison and Vargas battle for the spot here. Richard Johnson, Chase Marks going at it here. Chase Marks has cracked the top 5. A good stop as the caution is out. The caution's come out. Something has happened on the racetrack. Jesse Turner in the 97's around. Caution comes right back out as Turner is around in the 97. It looks like it's just him. Looked like he might have gone spun on the back straightaway. Let's see what happens to Jesse Turner. Turner was running in 22nd at the time. And Noah Hart. Hart, Turner. Hart is trying to draft the 97 on straight as Michaels went around as well. And he saved it. Michaels does a 360, but he recovers the car and keeps it going, as Noah Hart tried to bump draft Turner down the straightaway and accidentally spun him. Ooh, that could have been a lot worse, but that was excellent driving by Michaels to keep the car going and Turner to keep it off the wall. Under caution, Kyle Collins has a problem in the 41. We're not quite sure what for, as they were under pacing, but Collins has pulled off to the left. Something has gone wrong with the 41 car. So Collins is going to pull over to the side here. He's going to come back to pit road. We'll come to pit road again. Fortunate for Collins, he is already quite a ways back, but not the most ideal situation for the Daytona Road Course winner. Corey Williams, he came down pit road to put fresh tires on, so the 14 of Corey Williams will have the freshest tires in the field here, as no one else pitted. So Corey going to put himself in a good position here. He was already at the tail end. Might as well come in, put tires on, and basically focus on putting in the fastest laps you possibly can. Speaking of lucky dogs, Tyler Commons is going to get the lucky dog in the 44. They're going to wave him around before the green flag comes out, so should be expecting the 44 to get the signal to be waved at any moment. But a big break for Tyler Commons. He was 2 laps down, took a wave round, and now gets a lucky dog, and he's going to be back in this race as we are just at the halfway point of the day. 30 laps completed. It'll be 30 laps to go at the line. Cody Goforth has led every lap so far today. Will that change? Goforth, another strong restart. This 92 is looking really great today. Single Z Racing has brought a heck of a car for Goforth, and he's been putting on a show. As trouble! Rodriguez is in the wall! Contact, I think, with his teammate Nick Breeding. Whoa! Jeff James slides up towards him, but Rodriguez, he is hard in the wall, and he is falling all the way back here as his teammate Noah Hart goes by. But another sketchy start there. Sketchy restart, excuse me, as Rodriguez goes all the way from 8th, and he's going to, I think, fall outside the top 20, maybe the top 25. And he's got heavy right side damage. They're going to need to bring that 17 in to fix it. So this was on the restart, so what happens here? Oh, Breeding. Oh, Breeding, he just shunted his own team owner hard into the wall. And, yeah, not the brightest thing you can do against your team owner. Matthew Rodriguez in the Hardee National Series. Just nothing goes right, if you've noticed. Last year, Rodriguez had a mechanical failure very early in the day, and, well, no mechanical failure, but his own driver just put him in the wall. Breeding making it 3 wide on Don Capps and Luis Hernandez for the spot, as Breeding goes past Capps for 7th. Nick Breeding being very aggressive on this restart, and well, obviously we just saw him put his team owner on the wall, but he's making some very aggressive moves here in the top 10. Chase Marks in 5th place. This has been such a great day for him so far, and he's trying to hold off some very good cars here and try and get Sanders Performance Autosports best finish of the year. James Shelley got a 5th place at the Daytona Road Course. Marks would love to one-up that if possible here, as Hernandez gets really loose off at turn 4. Here comes Breeding with a run. He goes past the 00, and they're now going to be 3 wide. And so, Richard Johnson's in the wall. Capps just hit the back of him, and Johnson's all the way up in the wall. He can't get off of it. Johnson finally gets off the wall. There goes Schwallenberg and Griffin. And Johnson from 7th. He's going to fall all the way back down towards near where Rodriguez fell. So some very aggressive racing here, and everyone's just walling each other all of a sudden. Let's watch this again here. Dom Capps gets a massive run the 10. He doesn't take the run. He keeps it. He doesn't want to make it 4 wide, but Capps just hits the back of the 10. And Johnson was just along for the ride, like a slot car up against the wall. And that's going to give the 10 some very significant damage here. Ryan Butcher in the 8 car He did not have a good qualifying effort, but he has now all of a sudden found his way inside the top 10 for the first time today. So the A team, they've been slowly working their way forward, and they've now cracked the top 10 and have put themselves in a good position here. And speaking of drivers that have worked their way forward, how about Daniel Voiles in the 11 here, as he's going to go 4 wide with Shear, Hernandez, and Bishop, as Bishop made it 4. Hernandez backs out of the 4 wide very wisely. But Voiles now in the 11 car. He's about to crack the top 10. And he has. Voiles has been slowly working his way forward. He's the highest mover in the field. I think it's just been taking some time. This 11 car has been one of the best cars all year long. And they have probably one of their most inexperienced drivers driving it here. And it's been taking Voiles a second, but he's getting more comfortable and comfortable as this race has gone on. And he's got a top 10 run here on the way. Battle for 4th. Breeding now has caught Chase Marks. The 9 is moving forward. Breeding has really picked up the pace here ever since the 2 cautions have come out. Breeding goes underneath the 90, trying to clear him off of turn 2. Marks fights back on the outside. Battle for 2nd here as well. Ellison is now all over the back of Vargas. Marks trying to hold off Breeding. Breeding just can't make the pass to the 90. Marks is really putting on a clinic here. He's going to make Breeding work for this one. Christian Vargas is trying to catch Goforth again. Vargas was battling Goforth. If you remember on that first run, Vargas was battling with Goforth, but fell off towards the end of the run. So Vargas, I think he has a really good short run to mid-run car, but it really falls off towards the long run. So I think Vargas is trying to get the lead in case that happens again. But he's got James Ellison right behind him, not making it easy for him. As Breeding now continuing to hound at Chase Marks here. Marks is fighting him very cleanly here. But Breeding off at turn 4. He gets a good run the bottom. Such good racing, it's hard to keep track of which one to watch here. Is Ellison on the outside, tries to make a run. Here comes Breeding underneath the 90. And he is going to slide up and clear the 90. So Breeding moves up into 4th place. As the battle for 2nd here heats up. Ellison trying to make a pass around the outside of the 51. I'll tell you what though, these past couple of races on the intermediates, this 93 team has looked stout. Ellison won at Chicagoland and a very exciting finish here. And this 93 team, they seem to have found some mojo over these past couple of months, because this is looking like a completely different team than it had been over most of this season, and especially last year. Here's Corey Williams. He has climbed up to 29th in the 14 car. However, I'm surprised. I was expecting a bit more pace out of Corey here. He's been taking his time, working his way through this field as he's caught the back of Ricky Freeman Jr. And Tyler Commons has come to pit road, so Commons pits the 44. So he's going to be the first car to come to pit road. That's interesting. Nick Breeding now all of a sudden, he comes up to 3rd place. He goes by James Ellison. So Breeding is on the move. Ooh, that 9. There is some really good pace in this 9 car all of a sudden. It's getting faster as this run goes on. Marks and Breeding just came out of nowhere and caught the 51 and the 93. And now Breeding looking for 2nd place from the 51. Goforth might have a real challenge here with Breeding here. If Breeding can clear the 51, this is going to be very interesting here. Here comes Marks with a run underneath the 51. As Vargas had a really bad turn 4, he's going to be in some trouble here. He's got no drafting help. Here comes Ellison now behind the 90. Breeding climbs into 2nd place as he has driven his way through the top 10. And he's got his eyes set on Cody Goforth. Towards the back here. Bubba Jones in the 54 for Breeding Enterprises. Having a bit of a struggle here. Jesse Turner in the 97. Ever since that spin, the pace of the 97 has dropped significantly. So you have to imagine that there was some inner damage that took place that we didn't really get to see because of that incident. So Turner is struggling here to a fine pace. Rodriguez, we know he's got significant damage. I'm surprised AJ Jones is keeping up as well as he is right now in this 81 car. So a good opportunity here. So we got some cars then coming to pit road. As here we go, Voiles comes to pit road. He'll be one of the first to pit with 15 laps to go. So Voiles pits, Dewey Schramm pits, Jeff Bolden pits, Rodriguez, Jones, Turner, and Bobo Jones. So pit stops have begun. Cody Goforth will go to pit lane. He will surrender the lead as this is the final stop of the day. Goforth pits. Mark stays out, so he will lead a lap here. Vargas stays out as well. But most of the field coming to pit road here. Voiles and Co. took 4 tires, so you have to imagine that perhaps everyone else will follow through. But here we go, Cody Goforth to his pit box here. This will be the final time. Goforth in the 92, and we got some guys coming up here real fast here. As Bernie comes out, he's taking 2 tires. Goforth's taking 2 tires. Everyone's taking 2 tires. Everyone who's pitting is taking 2 tires. Ooh, that is some faith in your tires to pick 2. Marks and others come to pit road, I believe. There's Corey Williams, the 14. He has taken the lead. Now remember, the 14 has a fuel advantage here because he pitted under caution. So Corey can go perhaps a few extra laps on fuel. Richard Johnson as well has not pitted. Ryan Griffin, oh, they're coming to pit road. So Johnson and Griffin will pit. But Corey Williams, he's going to keep staying out here in the 14. You can see Voiles on the outside with the 4 tires. You can see the difference in pace between himself and Ricky Freeman Jr. Now Voiles, he has lost a bit of time, and the reason why is because when you take 4 tires, you're going to have about a 14-second stop. But if you take 2 tires, that's roughly a 9-second stop. So giving up 6 seconds of time to take 4 sets of tires instead of 2. So that's the choice made, and I can kind of see why now these guys all pick 2 tires. But right now they've got no response for Voiles here as he's trying to mow his way through the field. Corey continues to stay on the 14. He's looking to get a very convenient caution, which would trap a lot of cars a lap down. So I think the 14, they're not going to score too many points today, so they're throwing a Hail Mary to see if they can somehow get something drastic to happen for them to get the lead. Oh, trouble on pit lane. Ryan Butcher and Jeff James get together as Butcher was trying to get to his pit box, and he has a problem. And, oh, no, Butcher hard into his own pit wall, and they're pulling the car off to look at it. Ryan Butcher, after such a great drive through the field. Oh, man. They're looking under the hood of the 8. That was heavy damage. There was a second part to the incident with Ryan Butcher here. So here's RJ Bishop in the 71 here. So there's a stack up on pit road. Bishop doesn't hit the brakes hard enough and slams the back of Dom Capps. So Bishop with significant hood damage, and Capps going to have some fix and rear damage here. And that's going to cost them both some time. Oh, a problem for Gallon Downey in the number 12 car. Downey's to the side, and he's got a big issue in the number 12 car for Fisher Motorsports. So Downey, he's coming to pit road, and that's going to be some significant, that's going to require some significant work, I think. And Downey, after having a solid day, it's going to come to an end. Meanwhile, this is effectively the race for the lead. Chase Marks came out in front of the 92 of Goforth, so this is for the lead once Corey comes to pit road. Chase Marks here in the 90. He is driving the heck out of this car today. And here comes Bring in the 9 beneath the 92. We got a 3-car battle here for the lead. Expecting the 14 to come to pit road at any time. But this is for what could be for the win. Cody Goforth around the outside of Marks. Marks does not have the pace that Goforth has. And Breeding now trying to clear the 90 as well. He's going to have the draft of the 92 on the front straightaway. We believe the 14 has pitted, or is about to pit. There he goes, Corey Williams. He will give up the lead, so does not get the lucky caution that I'm sure a lot of people were predicting he was going to get. But meanwhile, this right here is for the lead. Cody Goforth and Nick Breeding. Breeding has climbed his way through the top 10 for this opportunity here. And the 9 team, they actually gave him a good pit stop for once. Pit road has been this team's crutch for the last several races. It has cost them so much, but they managed to get him a solid stop, and that's all he's going to need. Goforth does take the lead. Christian Vargas in the 51 goes past the 90 of Marks, it looks like. Marks does not seem to have the pace needed to contend with the leaders here. Vargas goes by to take third. Whoops. Breeding now underneath the 92. Breeding looking for a spot here. If he can just get underneath this Honda. This is the biggest challenge that Goforth has had today, coming to 7 laps to go. Cody Goforth looking for his first win. Single Z Racing looking for their first win. And Goforth is going to battle the heck out of this 9 for it. Breeding is all over the back of this 92. He's basically drafting him down the straightaway. And Vargas now, can he get to these two? These two are battling. That's going to cost him some time. Here comes the 9 and Breeding to the quarter panel, the 92. Breeding gets his nose underneath there. The Toyota Supra and the Honda Accord now side by side for the lead. Coming to 6 to go. Breeding takes the lead from Goforth. The first person to pass Goforth on pace all day long, and it took 54 laps for it to happen. Breeding trying to ruin this Cinderella-esque story here, but Goforth on the outside, he keeps up with the 9. Goforth had a great run off of turn 2, but Breeding on the bottom, he is really strong here. And Vargas, he is licking his chops here. He can sense an opportunity here if he can just get to these two as they keep battling for the lead. Goforth on the outside. I think the 9's going to clear. Goforth doesn't have the draft, and he does. Breeding does take the lead with 5 laps to go. It's not over with though. Goforth with a great run on the outside. He is doing everything he can to keep it Breeding. Here comes Christian Vargas in the 51 with some momentum here. Vargas knows that his championship hopes could rest upon whether he can get past these two or not. The difference between himself and a chance against Corey Williams in the title. Everyone here has taken 2 tires. Here comes Vargas underneath the 92. Can he clear him? He does. Vargas clears the 92. But Goforth with a run on the outside. Vargas trying to draft with the 9. Can he get past the 9? Vargas looking for a run, but he can't find it yet. Goforth is still there, by the way. He's hanging on with these two as we're coming to 3 to go. You may be wondering, what about Daniel Voice with the 4 tires? He has climbed his way up to 6th. He has approached the top 5. He might have a shot at the leaders, but he's going to need a clear track. But Ellison's there. Marks is there. But this is for the win. Vargas and Breeding drafting down the straightaway. Goforth is so good on the outside, but he can't get the run because of the draft. Coming to 2 laps to go. Goforth is hanging on the 51's quarter panel. Oh, this is exciting. We saw the great battle of last year. We're in for a nice sequel. Here comes Vargas beneath the 9 with the run. Vargas takes a shot at the lead. Oh, Vargas, but Breeding powers around the outside. Goforth powers around the outside. Vargas did not get a good corner there. He's going to fall back to 3rd. Oh, Vargas's car just was not good enough on the bottom. And Goforth took advantage of it. Coming to the white flag. Nick Breeding trying to stop what has been a season collapse here in the 9 team. Everything has gone wrong for them over these past couple of months. Could something finally go right here? But it's going to come at the cost of what could have been a historic day for Single Z Racing for Cody Goforth. But Goforth, he's going to need to get a good run here if he wants a chance. But that 9 is just looking too damn good. Coming through 3 and 4 for the final time. Can Goforth muster something? He rides the bottom here trying to find some grip, but it will not be enough. With 4 races to go, Nick Breeding's going to finally get another win on the year. The defending series champion wins for the 2nd time. A desperately needed win for Nick Breeding. But Cody Goforth, what a day this 92 team put together. They dominated all day long. They led 47 laps. And their reward is a 2nd place. But they just could not beat Breeding at the end. That 9 car just got faster and faster. And it just was not enough. A heartbreaker for Single Z Racing and Cody Goforth. Christian Vargas comes across for 3rd. A much needed finish for his championship hopes. Daniel Voiles in the 11. 4th after 4 tires. So Voiles gets his first top 5 and his best career finish. A historic drive for Voiles. Chase Marks with a top 5 to match James Shelley for Spa's best finish on the year. James Ellison comes across 6th. Another great run for him. Jeff James 7th. They will take that after the last couple of races. Kev Shear comes across for 8th. Dylan Schwalmberg quietly finishes 9th. And Logan Cloud in the 57 for Little Fellas Motorsports comes across for 10th.